Welcome, and in today's video we'll be answering question 2 from 2017 past paper. That's grade 12. Alright, so let's get into it. So question 2 is a question based on probability. It reads: a box of chalk contains 5 white, 4 blue, 3 yellow pieces of chalk. A piece of chalk is selected at random from the box and not replaced. A second piece of chalk is then selected. First question: draw a tree diagram to show the possible outcome. The second one: find the probability of selecting pieces of chalk of the same color. So we've been told that there are 5 white, 4 blue, and 3 yellow. So altogether, there are about 5 plus 4, that's 9, plus 3, that's 12. So there are 12 pieces of chalk altogether. So we've been told that 2 pieces of chalks have been taken. One was taken without replacement. So the first question they've asked us to do is to draw a tree diagram, which is fairly easy. You can use your ruler. You have three branches because we have 3 pieces, 3 types of chalks. We have yellow, white, and blue. So here we're going to have white, here we're going to have blue, here we're going to have yellow. Just in case you're a bit confused, W is white, B is blue, and Y is yellow. So the probability of picking white is 5 over 12. So we have 5 over 12. Probability of picking blue is 4 over 12. So we have 4 over 12. And the probability of picking yellow is 3 over 12. 3 over 12. And then we now draw a second structure, but except this one, each color is going to have 3 branches. So white will have 3, like that. Same with the blue one. Same with the yellow one. Alright, so now we do the same. We have white, blue, yellow on each. White, blue, yellow, white, blue, yellow. So in this second structure here, it's like those 2 that the question told us have been removed. We'll remove them from here. So everything will be over 11 because 1 was selected without replacement. So everything over 11, everything over 11, yeah, over 11, over 11, over 11, over 11, over 11, and over 11 there. Now we can start. On white, we can't put 5 because we're in the white probability, so it's going to be 4 because not only was 1 selected without replacement, another one was selected. So we're on the white part, so the white part is the one that we imagine has been selected, so it will be 4. The rest will be normal. 4, it's going to be 4 over 11 for white. For blue, it will stay the same, 4 over 11, and yellow, the number will stay the same, 3 over 11. We'll do the same with blue. White will stay the same, 5 over 11. Blue, instead of 4, since 1 was selected, it will be 3. We'll just imagine it's blue that has been selected, and then yellow will stay the same, 3. Then we'll do the same for blue here. So we're going to have 5, 4, and here when you remove 1, it's going to be 2 over 11. So let me just right, so here we have 4 over 11, 4 over 11, 3 over 11. Here we have 5 over 11, 3 over 11, 3 over 11, 5 over 11, 4 over 11, 2 over 11. All right, so now that we've drawn the tree diagram, it should look much clearer than mine. If you want to make your work easy, we can write the probabilities. So we have the probability or the outcomes. The outcomes are white and white. You can pick a white and white, white and blue, white and yellow, blue and white, blue and blue, blue and yellow, then yellow and white, yellow and blue, and yellow and yellow. These are the outcomes. Now that we've finished drawing the tree diagram, we can now answer the second question. Find the probability of selecting pieces of chalk of the same color. So we have to look at our outcomes. We find the probability of selecting pieces of chalk of the same color. So we have white and white, blue and blue, yellow and yellow. So we have white and white plus blue and blue plus yellow and yellow. All right, so probability, same color, is equal to this. So next is equal to, so the probability of us selecting white and white is going to be 5 over 12 times 4 over 11. These things will multiply each other, plus probability of us selecting blue and blue, which is going to be 4 over 12 times 3 over 11, plus probability of us selecting yellow and yellow, 3 over 12 times 2 over 11. Alright, so you can multiply using your calculators. I'm going to use mine here. So 5 times 4 will give us 20 over 12 times 11, which is 132. 132 plus 4 times 3, 12 over 132, because it's 12 times 11 again, plus 3 times 2, 6 over 132. Okay, so equal to, since all these numbers are the same, the common denominator is going to be 132. Then you can just add these on top. So 20 plus 12 plus 6 will give you 38. So you have 38 over 132 as your final answer. I think it can be simplified. So 38 divided by 2 give you 19. It can be simplified to 19 over 132 divided by 2, which is 66. And that would be our final answer. 19 over 66 is our final answer, and you simplify it from this. Alright, so the second question is based on vectors. It reads, in the diagram below, vector OP is equals to 2p, vector OQ is equals to 4q, and px to xq is equal to the ratio 1 to 2. And there's a diagram there. In the first set of questions, it says express in terms of p and OQ, vector pq, vector px, vector ox. And the second question, given that vector OC is equal to h, vector OX, show that vector CQ is equals to 4 open bracket 1 minus h over 3 close bracket q minus 4h over 3 p. Alright, so we're going to start with expressing. So we have the first question has told us to express PQ. So if you look at your vector, you start at P and end at Q. So in short, they're basically asking us what route can we use from P to get to Q. And from that, we've seen that we can go from P to O and from O to Q. So we have P O plus O Q. Alright, so PO being OP is 2P. But then when you reverse, when the letters switch places, meaning the sign changes. So since it's PO, it's going to be negative 2P. Negative 2P plus OQ being 4Q. And that's number 1. This is our final answer. And then B is asking us to do vector PX. Vector PX. Now to get from P to X, we've seen in our ratio there that PX is 1 and then XQ is 2, meaning the whole line in total is 3. So PX is basically 1 over 3 PQ. Okay, so PX is going to be 1 over 3 our PQ, vector PQ, which we found here. So this is going to be equal to 1 over 3. What's PQ? Negative 2P plus 4Q, and that's our PX. That's the answer. And then lastly, we have C, where we've been told OX. So OX, yeah, vector OX. So if you want to do vector OX, you start at O and end at X. So we can go OP and PX. There are a lot of routes you can use, but you look at the ones with values on them, and as we have PX as a value and we have OP as a value 2P. So we'll say OP, PX. So you go OP plus PX. We already know that OP is 2P. They've already given us there, plus our PX, which is 1 over 3 negative 2p plus 4q. Oh, you will leave your answer like this normally because it's just 1 mark, but then because we'll use this same ox vector in our next question which is given us, I'm just going to go on and multiply. So we're going to have 2p plus this times that, the values in the brackets, it's going, sorry, this will change to negative 2p over 3 plus 4q over 3. Then we just find the common factors of these ones. So it's over 1, so it's 3. We have 6p minus 2p, which is equal to 4p over 3 plus 4q over 3. So vector ox is equal to this. Vector ox is equal to 4p over 3 plus 4q over 3. All right, and the last question reads, given that vector OC is equal to h times vector OX, show that vector CQ is equal to blah, 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 whatever is after equal to. It's too long for me to mention. But let's start. This question, they've basically given us that the answer for CQ, but then they want us to solve it again. That's the easiest way I can explain it. So we have CQ is equal to, how do we get to CQ if we look at our diagram? So if we want to get to CQ, we can go CO and then OQ. So we'll go vector CO plus vector OQ. Okay, easy. Now we can start substituting. What's vector CO? If you remember, if you read the question, it says given that OC is equals to H times vector OX, meaning CO will be substituted by H times vector OX, but then it's going to be negative because it's the letters have reversed. You see as I start. So vector, so it's H vector OX. Vector OX we found to be 4p over 3 plus 4q over 3 plus OQ being 4q. But then because it's going to be, this will be negative h instead because it's not OC, it's CO. When the letters switch, the sign changes. Now we can go on and multiply. So we multiply this negative times the negative h times the values in the bracket. So we're going to have negative 4p over 3h minus negative 4q over 3h plus 4q. Now we can just group the like terms, or basically the ones with q, we'll group them together. So we're going to have equal to negative 4q h over 3 plus 4q minus 4p over 3h. Then we can substitute because the question is asking us to make C. We're just solving it again, so we have to make this down here look like the one we've been given in the question. So equate. So we're going to have, when we try to factorize this and factor out the common values, we'll try to make it look as much as possible to the one that's CQ, or we make it look exactly. We're just solving CQ again, even though we've already been given the answer. So we just factor out, like in the question, we factor out 4. So we factor out 4 like they did, and then we're going to be left with, or we also factor out Q this side. Once we factor that out, we'll be left with 1 minus h over 3. And when you subtract there, minus 4h over 3 p there. And that's how you solve these questions on vectors. If you think this video is helpful, please leave a like, subscribe, and also a comment. Thank you.